Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys had a very good festive season. I hope you had lots of fun and had a great time with your family. I was supposed to upload a few videos last week, but I was a little bit sick last week, so I couldn't upload. But here I am this week with some of the most requested videos. Today I'm going to share my thoughts on the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Palette Tiger, which I shown in one of my videos that I have got it. I have used it and I think I have my full thoughts on it. It's a really good palette. So I'm going to show you swatches on my face as well of all the shades so that you can make a great decision. I think the Sephora sale is going on in the US and there is some sale going on in Sephora Singapore as well, and a lot more sales are going to come up Thanksgiving and Black Friday and things like that. So definitely if you want to get such expensive high-end palettes, then these are really good time. So it's good to see what this palette can do for you. So I'll show you the swatches of this on my skin as well. So yeah, if you're interested in this palette, then please do continue watching this video. I know a lot of you guys requested for a review on this palette, so here I am. Let's get started. Okay guys, so there are three palettes which have been launched by Hourglass this year for holiday collection. So this one is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked Tiger. There is one butterfly as well and one elephant. The butterfly is probably the lightest one in the color palette, so that will be suitable for, I think, light skin tone if I'm not wrong. If any of you have used it, then do let me know what you think about it. Then we have the elephant one, which I just love. It looks really nice, especially since the cover has an elephant. I am fascinated with elephants. I just love elephant motif, elephant prints. So I really wanted to get it. Probably I will. I'm not really sure. I am really eyeing that one too. That one also I feel like it will suit medium to tan skin tone. So that is another palette. And the third one is the Ambient Lighting Tiger. And this one is, I think, the deepest one, and this one I think is also the prettiest one, so that's why I purchased it. So I'll show you the packaging really quickly. This is how the packaging looks like. There's an outer box I showed you already, and the packaging is so nice. It's a tin foil, like a tin packaging. It's very sturdy. Apparently Hourglass has reduced the use of plastic, so they are using tin, so that's a good thing. Also, another cool thing about this palette is that this artwork is done by one of the renowned artists or illustrator in the world. I forget the name. It is Katie Scott. So she has done the artwork on these palettes. And I also didn't know, like before buying, that 5% of the proceeds are going towards wildlife. Let me get the name properly. 5% of the profits from the unlocked support the non-human rights project in their efforts to secure fundamental rights for animals. So it's going towards a very good cause. So that's a great thing. If you buy any one of these palettes, 5% of the proceeds will go towards that. So really pretty. I love the packaging of this one. The color is so nice. This is like one of my favorite colors. I just love these kind of colors. Today also I'm wearing like a aqua blue, sky blue, teal kind of a color. And this is how the palette looks inside. Super pretty palette. It just looks really pretty. The elephant one doesn't have these like signature ambient lighting pattern. I just went for this one just for how pretty it looks like. This is a really expensive palette. This is my first Hourglass holiday palette. I have never purchased one. I have been gifted one by my sister. But I have never purchased one myself because I find them really expensive, and there was a time when Hourglass didn't really have holiday palettes for deeper skin tone, tan skin tone. I think they are getting a little better and they have a lot of products now for deeper skin tone. I think foundation concealers, they have a pretty good range, but in this kind of colored products, I think they are slowly starting to get a good range of colors. So finally, after a lot of years, I have got a little bit of interest in their holiday palette, so I purchased this one. It's really expensive. As I said, it's about 150 Singapore dollars. If you go on the Hourglass website and check it out, the price is 150 Singapore dollars, which is like, wow. I mean, I can imagine that for an eyeshadow palette, but for a face palette, I don't really see the value in buying such an expensive palette. I didn't pay that much, thankfully. Then on the Sephora Singapore website, this is for 145 Singapore dollars, which is also a lot. I would never pay that kind of money. I would probably buy it on a sale. I purchased from Cult Beauty. Now on Cult Beauty, I had a 15% off coupon code. I think the last time I ordered on Cult Beauty was September 2021. So they had sent me a coupon code that where are you? We are missing you. Here is 15% off. So that's when I thought, okay, let's use that 15% off to buy this one product. So from Cult Beauty, I have just bought one thing this year, which is this one. And I got 15% off. So effectively, it was about 100 Singapore dollars. It was 66 pounds or something after the discount. So it was like pretty good. It's about 110, 115, I think, Singapore dollars. So I did save quite a lot. So yeah, sale is a good time to get this palette. I have also got it with some kind of a discount code. Okay, now let's get into the products which are here in the palette. I will show you all the products on my face. I will apply and show you. So there is a finishing powder, which is this one. Now this finishing powder is a little too deep for my skin tone. So that is why I am thinking probably I'll also get the elephant one. I'm not sure, but this one I'm going to like use it as a bronzer. There is a fire alarm like going on in my building. I think it's going to start soon. Okay, never mind. Let's continue. So this is the finishing powder, which I think I'm going to use it as a bronzer. There is a slight bit of a nice like a satiny feel to it. It's not very matte. It has a nice glow. Hourglass products are known for is very subtle glow feel. So that is there in this bronzer. So it will look really nice. Today I have applied a little bit of bronzer. I had totally forgotten. But I will apply this one again and show you. Then there are two blushes, this one and this one. These two are the blushes. They are called something. So this one is Iridescent Rose, this blush, which is a permanent collection blush. So it is already available. And then we have Burnished Glow, which is also a blush, which is a corally blush. And this is a new one in their collection. So you get one new blush and one from the permanent range. And there are three metallic strobe lighters. All of them are new. They are called Metallic Strobe Powder, and yeah, they have names. They are new, so it doesn't really matter. So all of these three are new ones. So I think let's just go ahead and apply and see each shade, how it looks on my skin tone, and then I'll share my final thoughts on this product. Okay guys, so I have moved in a little bit closer. So this is a close-up of the palette also. So first of all, let's apply this one. So this is supposed to be a finishing powder. I'll show you the swatches also. But this is the finishing powder. You can see it's a little bit deep for my skin tone. So I'll probably not be able to use it. I will use it as a bronzer shade. As in, I'll just show you a swatch of that on my skin. This has such a nice mirror. I can just use this mirror. So I'll just take a little bit and I will apply it as a bronzer and show you. Look at that. I think you can tell. Really, really nice. Smooth finishing powder. So if you're a little bit deeper than me, you can definitely use this as a finishing powder on your face. It's super smooth, very, very finely milled. Like their finishing powders, Hourglass finishing powders, they are so amazing. And they have a subtle, like a little bit of a subtle glow. And they look so, so pretty. So I'm just applying a tiny bit just to show you how the tone is. So it will be a really good bronzer shade for my skin tone. So this is a nice all-in-one palette. I don't really have a matte blush here, but like I have colors and I have highlighters. So I've already applied bronzer today. And the finishing powder also is pretty close to the bronzer shade I have applied. I have applied the Hoola Caramel bronzer. What kind of a bronzer brush I'm using today? I'm just using it to show you. It's not a bronzer brush. Yeah, the first shade is a pass. I really, really like it. Let me show you the two blush shades now. Then I'll wipe off and then I'll show you the lighting powders. So the two blush shades are this Coral Blush, which is super pretty coral blush. I just love coral blushes. And this one is the Rosy Blush. So both the blushes are glowy blushes. These are not matte blushes. I'll definitely give you swatches. Here is the coral one, which is, I would say, is more like a satiny kind of a blush. It is not extra glowy or anything. It's a very nice satin finish, which is little bit glowy. And the pink one, I would say, is a little bit more closer to their ambient lighting blush, which has more glow than the coral one. So those are the two. Let me apply on my face. So first I'll apply the coral one. The coral one is quite like a little bit more fine and dustier on the pan than the pink one. And here is how the coral one looks like. So it has a tiny bit of a glow. When you swatch it, you don't really see that much of a glow, but on applying you can see that it's quite glowy. Very pretty. Like, it's a glowy coral blush. I applied a little bit too much for showing, for demo purpose. I wouldn't apply too much in my real life. It's a little too much now. Just to show you the color I've applied so much. Okay, I hope you get the idea. Let me take another brush. I don't have these kind of like corally glowy blushes. The other one which I'm applying is this one, the pink one, something rose blush. It's so pretty. And it's a subtle pink. So it's a nice pink, you can see, like a very pretty muted rosy pink with a very smooth glow. This one doesn't have too much like glitter. It has tiny shimmer, but it's not too much at all. Like, it's a very standard Hourglass blush. It's very similar to the one which I have. This is the one which I have, Luminous Flush from the Permanent range. But this one is slightly bit more pink, I feel like. And this one is not as glowy as this one somehow, I feel. This one I think is a tad bit more glowy than what I have in the Permanent one. This is quite subtle on my skin tone. This one I feel is a little bit glowy, but it's really pretty. It's a very nice pink and it shows up nicely on my skin tone. Look at the glow. I mean, the glow on this one is definitely nicer. It looks really pretty. This is also nice, but I think I have applied too much. That's why it's looking too much coppery. I mean, I like to apply blush colors which are like this and then top it up with a highlight shade. For this one, if I have to apply it as a blush, I will apply a lot less. Okay, so those are the two blushes. Let me wipe off these two blushes and then we'll try the highlighters. Okay guys, so I have removed whatever I could and I don't have too much product on my face now. Okay, so let's start off with the three metallic strobe highlighters. These are the metallic strobe highlighters, metallic strobe powder. So these are essentially highlighters, you can say. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll apply this one first, or maybe this one I will apply at the end first, because this one I think is my favorite. So this one I will apply at the end. These two I will apply now on each cheek and I'll show you how they look. The champagne one is like a very standard champagne one. It's like a nice champagne highlight. It has like very fine smooth texture. It doesn't really have too much shimmer or glitter. It's quite smooth. Maybe you can see some shimmer in certain lighting, but it's not like too glittery. That's what I like about this one. I'll apply it with a highlighter brush. So pretty. It's like a nice gold champagne highlight. Perfect for our kind of skin tone. It will suit someone which is a little bit lighter than me also, and someone who is 2 or 3 shades darker than me too. Really pretty. I have applied quite a lot, by the way, just to show you the color and the intensity. In real life, I'm not going to apply too much. It's very smooth, really nice. I have never used this kind of a metallic strobe powder which Hourglass had launched. This is the first time I'm using it and I'm quite liking it. This one doesn't have too much glitter shimmer. The other one, this one which I was going to show you at the end, this one has a little bit more shimmer. And I don't mind it actually. It looks very pretty. Okay, so that's the one which is called something. Let me see. It's called Divine Strobe Light. Is that the name? Probably it is. Yes, it's called Divine Strobe Light. Okay, now I'm going to like clean my brush here on my towel. I'm going to get a relatively clean brush and apply the other one too. Okay, this one is called Copper Flash Strobe Light. So as I said, more of a coppery highlight. Now this one I have not really applied too much. It's quite dark for my skin tone. So I am not going to use it as a highlight, probably like a blush, little bit of a color on the cheeks. So here is this highlight. On deeper skin tone, this is going to look so nice, even deeper skin tone than me. So definitely this is also a winner as a color. Oh wow, this is also really nice. I will use it as a blush. I'll take it a little bit more down. But look at the smoothness. It's really smooth. And I don't see like lot of shimmer, lot of particles catching. So pretty. I don't know which side I like better. I think I like this one better. So pretty. This side is of course more in tune with my skin tone, champagne gold. And this one is like bam, like highlight, blush. Okay, so those are the two bottom ones. I'll just give you a quick swatch of the coppery one also here. Okay, so here is the coppery one. I hope you can tell. Now I'm going to remove these two also and I'll show you the last one. Okay guys, I'm back. So I've applied a little bit of this matte blush, MAC Melba, in this like a peachy tone. And then on top of it, I'm going to apply this one, which is my favorite, I think. I just really love this one. It has a tad bit of shimmer, to keep that in mind. And highlighting. This just melts into my skin. I don't know what is it about the tone. The tone is just so pretty. It just melts into the skin and it looks one. Very, very pretty. And it has tiny bit of shimmer. It's smooth, but the look of it is not as smooth as the previous two. I don't know, maybe because of how closely it matches my skin tone, I'm not sure. But it gives such a nice, pretty, subtle yet not so subtle glow. I really, really like it. I have been wearing it like every time I have been wearing just this as highlight. I like this one more. And it looks really nice on blushes also. Blends with the skin tone, my skin tone really nicely. And it gives a nice glow. So it's not too much. It doesn't look too intense. And not does it look super plain also. It gives a nice highlight. A little bit here, like everywhere. So here is this one, which I really, really like. It has a slight bit of a peachiness to it. Probably that's why it just blends with the skin very nicely. This one. Somehow I like the more subtle feel of the highlighter. It's subtle but not so subtle. And yeah, it looks very, very pretty. So this one is definitely my favorite. This one here. This one. Okay, so those are all the 6 shades on my skin tone. Very, very interesting shades in this palette. And if you are close to my skin tone, you also get a bronzer kind of a product. So that's also a bonus. You will be able to use it as a bronzer very effortlessly. The colors of the blushes are very nice, 2 different tones which you get in the palette. And all the highlighters are also quite different from each other. You get a more peachy one, a little bit more subtle, which I have applied now. And more intense ones here. This one also, the copper one also looks so pretty. I will use this one more as a blush. But all in all, I think all of the powders are great. For my kind of skin tone, I am around MAC NC43, 44. So nowadays I'm more around MAC NC43. So for my kind of skin tone, all of the powders have worked pretty well. All of them has a tad bit of a glow, a shine. So if you are not a fan of glowy products, then definitely this palette is not for you. But if you like glowy products, highlighters, glowy blushes, definitely you can give this palette a try. I have really liked the quality and I feel like this is something different which Hourglass has released this year. Very different from all the other holiday palette releases. So definitely this is worth a try and it goes for a good cause as well. So if you have been wondering about this palette, then if you want to get it, you can definitely get it. And I hope this video was helpful and the demo helped you out as well. If you like this video, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching me today. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.